Got a sunburn? How to put out the fire. Love life lacking. Flirting tips for couples and singles. Stressed? Treat yourself to an at-home spa day. Good morning and welcome to Life Love Shopping. I'm Andrea Jackson and Michelle Phillips is back with us on this Monday morning.
Oh, it's great to be back. Did you have a good weekend?
Very good. Spent the weekend in New York.
Fantastic.
Big Apple, yes.
Okay,
How about you?
that's a whole nother show.
Off camera. How
I'm
about
getting kids
you?
ready for college, so there you go.
Okay.
Pretty exciting
You're
stuff,
the
though.
responsible one. I like it.
For this weekend.
So who's smarter, girls or boys? It's a battle of the sexes that may never end, but for the first time in a century, it looks like the women are starting to take the lead in the brain department. What is causing the increase? The demands put on women's brains when they juggle work and family. There are more opportunities to compete outside the home around the world, and in the U.S., women make up more than half of all college undergrads and hold more advanced degrees. Our multitasking has expanded our brains.
Yeah, that's good news because I think I'm losing my brain most of the time as a mother of, 5 kids. But anyway, when it comes to love, would you ever cheat? We have some surprising statistics that could predict whether or not you or your partner will have an affair. If you live in a large city, you're 39% more likely to have an affair than those who live in small towns. And if you and your spouse lived together before you got married, there's a 39% chance that at least one of you will cheat on the other. If your husband spends 10% or less of his time with you, then there's at least a 10% chance you'll cheat on him. Ooh. And do you enjoy spending time with your partner's relatives? Because if you do, good news, there's 24% chance that you're less likely to engage in extramarital sex than those who don't care to spend time with their in-laws.
Because when you think about it, if you break up or you go through that, you're breaking up with an entire family and friends.
That's
not just that one person.
Very true. Good point.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
When it comes to shopping for workout gear, you've bought some cheap items like tanks and tees, but Self Magazine says there are some items you should definitely splurge on. A sports bra, well endowed or not, working out in one that does not support you can lead to discomfort, loss of skin elasticity, even pain. Underwear. Now, the best option is to go commando, but if that's too uncomfortable for you, the perfect pair should be made with moisture-wicking material and they should be seamless. And when it comes to running socks, find a pair that's padded but not too thick and can also wick away the sweat so your feet can breathe.
All right, and as women, don't we just love a good deal? And who can't resist a buy one, get one free?
As the kids call it, the BOGO deal.
That's right.
Okay, so where do you fall on the tightwad scale? GailTime.com says if you are guilty of any of these habits, you may be more than a bargain hunter. When you spend over $150 at the makeup counter and the sales specialist asks you to pick one of 3 free gifts, you ask for all 3? That could be your sign. When staying at a swanky hotel, you take every last shampoo and toiletry, then call down to the front desk to send up extras. Okay, guilty of that one. When the girl at the Ulta counter tells you that you can't combine 2 coupons, you throw a tantrum.
That's right. And if you need to get your makeup done for a wedding, do you schedule a complimentary makeover?
Ooh, wow.
You might not look so good. You never know. And your friend gets a job at a makeup store, and instead of congratulating her, you ask for her employee discount if you can use it.
Well, that happens sometimes.
That does.
Okay, if you're looking to treat yourself to the spa, our friend and the fashion guy, Lauren Zarian, has some great ideas for you.
Thanks, Andrea. Now, what about this? You're tired, you're run down, you're exhausted, and you desperately need some time off. But sometimes taking a mini vacation seems almost impossible. Well, why not make it easy on yourself and create a relaxing spa day at the Queen Bee of Orlando Luxury Resorts, the Ritz-Carlton Grand Lakes. And here to show us how to get their spa on is Michelle Valle and Suzanne Holbrook. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Lauren.
Welcome. So, Michelle, tell me why the Ritz is a spa destination.
Well, the Ritz-Carlton Spa in Orlando sits on 500 acres, so it's a pretty large resort. We share the land with the Ritz-Carlton Hotel and the JW Marriott hotels. And ever since we opened, we've had a farm-to-table concept, and now we're bringing that over to the spa. We have resident bees on property where the JW Marriott chefs actually work with the bees, and we do get honey from it, so they've been sharing it with our spa. And you just tried one of our bee pampered treatments a few days ago, which is fantastic. And we also have an eco garden rooftop in the spa, and this is where the blend bar comes from. And Suzanne's gonna.
And the thing that's great about the Ritz is they have over 100 different spa services for everyone to choose from, so you can choose whatever you want. But Suzanne, the one that I love, it's called Salt of the Earth. Go ahead. Let's break it down and tell me exactly how you do this.
Well, the Salt of the Earth is a very interactive experience. We actually use some salt, and the salt comes from Utah, and it's baked,
Nice.
it's solarized, so it's very organic, and it's very good for removing all the dead skin, you know, really moisturizing the skin.
So we're adding the salt.
So you add the salt,
right.
and then you add the grapeseed oil. This is natural. all natural.
Hypoallergenic, which is great for all skin types.
Has a lot of vitamin A, a lot of vitamin E, very nourishing, very anti-aging for the skin. You mix it up.
You mix it up,
Yeah.
and then the guests get to participate by whether they want to add rosemary, rose, lemongrass, peppermint.
Absolutely, and a lot of these herbs we grow in our own eco garden that's in the spa, which you can actually get a hammock massage. We can lay on a hammock and be massaged at the same time. We grow these and we use these in a lot of our treatments. Once the treatment is mixed, you then can go in your own treatment room, you can have this, and we use it as part of your treatment.
The thing that I loved about it is I was able to create my own salt scrub, so I used one of their essential oils. I used the rosemary and the mint that was for relaxing the senses and the body. And then we added some peppermint and we added some rosemary, and I created my own scrub. I went into the room, and then we utilized the scrub that was made just for me. And here's the best part. You get to take the spa home with you. Not only do you feel relaxed, but then they take the remaining scrub and they put it in this salt glow tub, and you get to take it home to carry the Ritz experience with you.
Yeah. And you
which
can
I
also
love.
bring this back and have it refilled. So it's very green, very organic, and saves it going
And
into
how much
landfill.
does a spa service cost at the spa?
It can be anywhere from $130 to $300, and if you live in our area in Orlando, we have discounts as well for local
I love it.
residents.
For more information on the Ritz and their spa services, just log on to our website.
Now you know how to pamper yourself. Let's take a look at some of the best hairstyles over the years that influence the way we style our hair. The Rachel, the swingy layers that launched a million haircuts. Victoria Beckham's graduated bob. This hairstyle represents just the kind of glamour that helped her gain her posh status. The Grace Kelly tuck, this one's gorgeous. The signature do was sleek, it's contained, every hair in its place, glamour. There have been other every which way haircuts before and since, but none quite this amazing as the Halle Berry short hairdo. And finally, the Varga Girl pinup girl curl. This glamour captured in the hair and those great pinup styles.
All those looks we still see versions of now. I love them all. And we may love celeb hair, but going on vacation with them may be a different story. An online survey from Hotels.com reveals which celebrities are the most and least desirable to shack up with. 18% voted First Lady Michelle Obama to the top of the list as the most favorable hotel mate. And the leading lady with the men was Natalie Portman, who received 19% of the vote, with Marilyn Monroe coming in a close second with 18.7% of the vote. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, Lady Gaga was voted the least desirable celeb to shack up with 24% of the overall voters, and Ryan Seacrest as a close second.
If you are not feeling very desirable or sexy, you might be flirtation hungry. Francesca Biller, beauty and lifestyle expert, is with us this morning to help us find our inner flirt. Good morning, Francesca.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, very good. We're happy to have you here. Now, for those in a relationship, you say flirt with your partner as if you were dating. How do we do this?
Well, I think what you want to do is be fun with your partner. Like when you were first dating, give him or her a kiss when they walk through that door. Give them a compliment. Say, you know, you look great, and think of something specific to tell them. And the little butterflies that were going on when you first met, be fun with them and make them feel sexy and loved.
And do you think a sexy makeover might help get somebody's confidence going again?
Well, I definitely think that when you're in relationships, after a while, people let themselves go. They wear the sweats all weekend long. They look hot at the office, and they come home, they immediately, you know, put the hair in the scrunchie.
The comfy,
the guy puts on, you know, the 12-year-old jogging pants. You know, put on something nice. Put on a little cologne, you know. Walk around, you know, give them a little wink here and there, you know.
Now, what about when you're out in public? You say flirting out in public is a good thing, but how do you avoid too much PDA? We've all seen it.
Yes, we've all seen it, and it's a little uncomfortable.
It can be.
But I think that letting your significant other know that you really enjoy them still in a sexual way and in a flirtatious way makes them feel good in public. Like just a little bit of, like, you know, twirling your hair, batting your eyelashes, maybe recrossing your legs, putting your hand on their thigh, just and we'll let like the guy know his friends say, oh, she's still interested in me, it'll make them feel good.
Because it's all about desire, isn't it?
It
Ultimately,
is.
we both want to be desired.
Yeah, and then it'll bring that home. When you come home, you'll like, you know, the sparks will keep flying that way.
So if you're single and you want to try and get your flirt on, you say a simple smile will do it.
Well, these are tried and true techniques of the old-fashioned days. Why not just start with a smile, look at somebody in the eyes, you know, give a little wink, twirl your hair. I mean, people are so serious nowadays. They're looking down at their Blackberries and at their iPhones all day. The guys are trying to be so important. They're looking down. The girls look standoffish. Be silly, be spontaneous, make a joke. And just smile.
And you also say, look your most attractive too.
Yes, you never know when you're gonna run into that special somebody.
True.
Or not.
Yeah.
It'll make you feel better. If when you leave the house, you always try to look your best. I don't mean wearing a cocktail dress to the office or to Starbucks.
Right.
But always try to, you know, look your best.
All right, Francesca Biller, some great tips on getting your inner flirt on. For more information about all of Francesca's flirting tips, just head on over to our website.
For the gal heading over to her new boyfriend's place for the first time, here's a little inside scoop from Cosmo on what his apartment says about him. Does he have a neon beer sign hanging up? If so, he's always willing to go out, but since he's a party guy, he may not be ready for anything long term. And if there's trophies from when he played sports, this guy hasn't grown up yet. He'll expect you to turn into his mother and emotionally be unavailable. And dog toys. If he has a dog bed, leash, and toys, this shows that he's ready to take on the responsibility of loving someone else.
Always a good sign if the guy has pets or likes pets.
Yeah, I've been with the neon beer guy sign before.
Who hasn't at this point? It's true.
Long
Still more to come here on Life Love Shopping. Wedding cakes don't have to be 3 layers of white anymore. We're going to show you some fun alternatives, and we're showing you how to put your cheese grater to work. Cool uses for your kitchen staple next. And throughout the show, we're sharing some of the best free attractions America has to offer, like the Getty Center in Los Angeles. Your food grater is not just for cheese. What other foods can you grate? Well, Rachel Kay is here with the answers. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning. Yeah, there are so many different foods you can grate, and even non-foods. So I found these tips from Bon Appetit magazine, and we're going to start with tomatoes.
Tomatoes?
Yeah, so when you grate these, it turns into more of like a pulse or pulp sort of for like salsa or pasta sauce. It gets really messy, so you want to use one of these graters with a bowl on the bottom.
Okay.
And then with potatoes, this is awesome because I love hash browns. You just use one of these bigger graters.
A sweet potato hash brown.
Yeah.
That is a terrific idea.
And then it's a little healthier, and you can even make potato pancakes with it too, because that's you know, the consistency. And then hard-boiled eggs. Hard-boil the egg, peel it up, and then use a really thin grater because it gives it this nice little garnish and makes any kind of plate or salad that you're making really fancy. Throw that on top.
Yes, a Cobb salad maybe. That would be a nice little extra addition.
Exactly. It just dresses it up a little bit. Okay. And then bread. You can make your own breadcrumbs.
Grating bread. Okay.
Yeah, either toast it, but you have to make sure it's really toasted because, or else you'll get bigger chunks. And then you could use stale bread, or you could pick any kind of bread you like, a pumpernickel or a rye, and you have your own breadcrumbs.
That would be great for like a panko or a chicken, or even for a bread pudding dessert or a crumble.
Oh my gosh, yeah, love some bread pudding.
Yeah.
And then butter, this is so cool. You can grate that. You want to use the bigger grate holes, and it makes those little butter curly cues.
Oh, fancy.
Like you've seen them on probably like in hotels. They put that little garnish on top of your chicken or your pasta, and you could do this at home.
You'll feel like you're at a 5-star resort.
Yeah, and then the other really cool thing is charcoal. Like take actual charcoal chunks, ones that aren't really treated or processed, and you grate about a teaspoon of that and mix it with about a cup of salt, and you've got like a great rub for any kind of meat.
Ooh, so if you like a little smoke, great. All right, great stuff, Rachel. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Michelle?
I'm getting out my grater. Those are great tips. And on the subject of food, who says you have to have a wedding cake at your wedding? If you're not going to go the traditional route, there are other great options for you to consider. Here are a few from Martha Stewart Weddings. First of all, how about a cupcake tower? Who doesn't love cupcakes? Instead of a slice cake, each person gets their own individual cupcake. Chocolate truffles are another great option, and if you love chocolate, stack some chocolate truffles in a tall tower that resembles a cake. And assorted pies, instead of serving your guests slices of cake, offer them a variety of different pies. And lastly, have a buffet of sweets instead of serving only one dessert. Create a beautiful buffet for people, and this allows them to choose their favorites and place, different desserts on each tower, and it just looks fantastic.
Yeah, because you're either a cake person or a pie person.
I agree.
I
like to have a choice
too. Definitely.
Yeah.
From weddings to children, are you about to be a new mom? Well, we hit the streets for some advice for you.
Don't let your kids lose their imagination. There's a lot of electronic things out here. So I would say just make sure to let them play, be kids for a while longer.
Get plenty of sleep. And you can't be there with your kid at all times. But, because if you work, a lot of women have that guilt complex that they work. You just get the best care you can, and just realize you're doing the best that you can. And don't be too hard on yourself.
These are jewelry for you to wear and for your baby to chew on. And then the Aiden and I swaddle blankets are amazing. You can use them for swaddles, to put over the baby when it's cold, or just over the car seat. So they're great, or burp cloths.
Here at Life Love Shopping, we also talk about what's trending in Hollywood. Jessica Reyes from our news partner, The Daily Buzz, is here. What is the latest fad, Miss Jessica?
Babies. Babies, and more babies. Transformers star Megan Fox was spotted enjoying a day out with hubby Brian Austin Green in LA recently. Fox showed off her bump with a simple black maxi dress and a shark's tooth necklace. I think we can all agree that's a fab mama to be, and she's only 2 months old and already living the good life. Wait till you see this picture. Jessica Simpson tweeted this pic of baby girl Maxwell just lounging, I know, a lot of aw, on a couch surrounded by flowers and pillows in a garden. The happy first-time mom shared this moment with her over 5 million followers on Twitter. And again, it's babies, babies, and more babies, but this time in the least likely of places, Victoria's Secret. Alessandra Ambrosio and Lily Aldridge each delivered a baby recently, while Adriana Lima, who's currently expecting her second child, continues posing. This behind-the-scenes pic shows how the Brazilian model still looks amazing while shooting for the annual Pirelli calendar. I'm Jessica Reyes, and that is your Daily Buzz update. Look at those bodies. I mean, gorgeous. They just had babies. Others are still, and they look gorgeous.
It helps to have a celebrity trainer and that kind of a bank account.
Yes, someone cook for you.
I think so.
Stay with us, still more to come here on Life Love Shopping. The grossest thing in the bathroom is not the toilet. We'll tell you what it is and how to keep it germ-free. That's coming up next. Your toothbrush is the grossest thing in your bathroom, and if you have your toothbrush too close to the toilet, it might be getting sprayed if the lid isn't down during the flush, if you catch my drift. The average toothbrush is worse than the toilet seat. Now, here are a few tips to keep your toothbrush and mouth free of harmful bacteria. Keep toothbrushes at least an inch apart. Allow toothbrushes to air dry after each use in an upright position. Now, this will keep bacteria from breeding. Don't store it in a small, moist, closed container, and get a new toothbrush every 3 to 4 months or more frequently if you notice the bristles are starting to break down. While this won't reduce the bacteria, it will ensure the best cleaning power. Michelle?
We all know to be careful in the sun, but sometimes we still get burned. No worries though. Here's how to extinguish that fire on your skin. First, take a cool shower or bath because that will temporarily relieve the pain and help lower your body temperature. However, if that's too uncomfortable, a great way to alleviate that burn is to mix some milk with cool water in a bowl. Use a washcloth to create a cool compress to apply to your skin to lower your body temperature. Great tip for kids too who don't want to get in that cold shower. The next thing is make sure you always have aloe in your medicine cabinet. The closest thing to the actual plant itself to heal is an aloe gel, but you want to make sure you check the ingredients on the back of the bottle because if the #1 ingredient is not aloe, don't buy it. Secondly, you also want to make sure you protect your hair. Your hair can get really fried in the summer sun. So apply moisturizer immediately after getting out of the sun, but to prevent damage while you're in the sun, you can apply a really good conditioner to your hair before swimming and laying out. Also, sun damages the skin and can age you, so you want to make sure you constantly are rehydrating and moisturizing your skin. And last but not least, if you are out in the sun, be sure to apply your sunscreen every hour and after swimming. That's the reason most people get burned. They only apply it once and then leave it at that. So for more tips, you can go to lifeloveshopping.com.
All right, Michelle, great stuff. Here at Life Love Shopping, we want to connect with you. When we're not on TV, you can stay in touch by liking our Facebook page and keep up with all the latest shopping trends. You can also follow and tweet us on Twitter at Life Love Shop. Well, thank you for joining us today.
It was a great show.
Yeah, we are here on WeTV every weekday morning. Until next time, we will leave you with some more of our favorite free attractions. Do you have one?
Oh my goodness, the beach. I love the beach. I love to go to any beach.
That's an easy free attraction.
That's right, especially here in Florida. I love to go to the beach.
And if you've ever been to DC, they'll do free museums, the zoo once a month, which is a fantastic option. If you're traveling with kids, you know it can be expensive.
It's so true. I grew up in Washington, D.C., and most of the museums were free. And, you know, when I lived in other places of the country, that's not so. So it's, you know, it's a fantastic city to visit, especially to take kids.
Yeah, and most cities, I think, will offer a free museum day at least once a month. You just have to figure out which one it is.
Exactly. Yeah. That's so true. And then the park.
Yeah.
Take a walk in the park, breathe, taking the beauty around you, right?
That's old school. The park, I love it. We are here on WeTV every weekday morning. We'll see you tomorrow. Be good, everybody.